how did the transition happen from a athlete to a coach?
In 2013, I was not shooting well. So I decided to take a break, start some work in a corporate. So I started working for probably 6 months, and I used to just wander in the office thinking, what am I doing here?
Welcome to House of Glory, the sports podcast behind the scenes beyond the games, powered by Nikon India. I am your host Radhika Deshmukh, and today we have a corporate employee turned coach who has trained multiple Olympians, World Cup winners, and world champions. I hope this podcast interests you. So, welcome Neha ji on our sports podcast, and it's a big honor to have you with us today.
Thank you so much for inviting me.
So, Neha ji, could you share your journey as an athlete? Like, how many sports did you play, and how did you land up in the sport of shooting?
So I started at the age of 14 probably, and from my school in Mumbai. I played tennis, I played discus throw, I played kabaddi. So a lot of sports in while I was growing up, and I decided to pursue shooting at the age of 14, and yes, that's how my journey began.
Okay, so how did the transition happen from a athlete to a coach? So, what made you realize that now, okay, I might, start coaching the athletes?
As I mentioned earlier, that I started it at the age of 14, and then it just happened. I decided to choose this sport, and I played for almost 11, 12 years. And in 2013, I was not shooting well, so I decided to take a break, as I had already done my graduation and I had pursued my MBA. So I thought that why not give a try and just give a break to shooting and start some work in a corporate. So I started working for probably 6 months, and I used to just wander in the office thinking, ki, what am I doing here? Because when you grow up doing something and you land up doing something else, so it's a huge decision and you don't know what to do. So basically, I would think then Gun for Glory Shooting Academy, they plan to take up shooting at the grassroots level in Gujarat.
So, sorry to interrupt, but this was in which year?
This was in 2014. So they were looking out for coaches who would work for grassroots level. So they approached many athletes, and we got in touch, and we so they asked me that whether I was interested in going to Ahmedabad. So it was a huge decision to go, to leave one place and start something which was not in your plan. And so I went there, and that's how I started as a coach with Gun for Glory Shooting Academy.
Yeah, I believe that the double Olympian Elavenil is the one who was scouted out of the talent hunt in Gujarat.
Yes. So in 2014, what happened was there was a talent hunt program which was organized by Sports Authority of Gujarat and Gun for Glory Shooting Academy. So we had to do a talent hunt all over Gujarat. So in Ahmedabad, I was posted in Ahmedabad, and we had to. So the age limit was, say, 13 years to 16 years, and they had selected a few athletes, and Elavenil was part of it.
So basically ये जो पूरा लैंडस्केप है इंडियन शूटिंग का, so what difference do you see and how has it evolved from your time to this time? I mean, currently.
So हमारे टाइम पे मीन्स हमारे टाइम पे आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट 98 99 आई वुड से. सो व्हेन आई स्टार्टेड शूटिंग, तब इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर कुछ भी नहीं था. इन मुंबई देयर वर ओनली टू शूटिंग रेंजेस. One was in the Worli, which was our association, Maharashtra Rifle Association, and there was one small school. So it was a two-lane shooting range. So it started from our school, and actually the evolution what I have seen is we went to different schools in Mumbai, and we started shooting. What we would do is we would just accompany our coach. We would go to one particular school, start a shooting range there. We would practice there, move on. So it was like a caravan. We used to just go there. We used to train there for few weeks, and then shift to some other range, develop that range again, train there. So the evolution happened with us, where we were actually setting up shooting ranges.
Okay. So, I mean, out of all the curiosity, can you tell me that when do you decide whether the athlete is going to take pistol or rifle as a uh, game altogether?
So of course we have so all this started with the academy. So at academy we have a proper curriculum system. When we started, we just had to choose, because when we started, we had Anjali Bhagwat, we had Suma Shuru. So those were the athletes who were doing well. So we look up to them. They were rifle shooters. So we choose rifle shooting. Then after few years, when we started, when the academy was set up, we used to think that there has to be some system which needs to be there in order to choose pistol or rifle. So at our curriculum, we have certain parameters set where the athlete can choose whether he has to do a rifle shooting or whether he has to choose a pistol shooting.
So, what are the key differences you see training a beginner? I mean, of course, you must have started with training at the foundation level, and then
Yes.
the growth happened. So, what was the key difference which you could see training a beginner and a aspiring elite athlete?
So for the beginner, it is more about building a system. तो हर एक का अलग अलग ये है. For a beginner, as I mentioned, this you have to build a foundation, and for an elite, he has evolved over the period. He has built his system, और वो करते करते एक process वो सीख लेता है, and then he has to repeat that process. So this transformation from beginner and elite is such that you're building, you're learning. Of course, you're learning all the way, but एक foundation बना के you have to keep repeating what you have learned.
Yeah. So, आपके ट्रेनिंग मेथड्स कैसे रहते हैं? I mean, do you follow a philosophy or do you have any philosophy with you to train the athletes?
Coaching, there are different. I mean, it depends on different personality of athlete. So एक 14-year-old के लिए एक particular method अलग होता है. For an 18-year-old, it is different. Then for an athlete who is already shooting for a very long time, उसके लिए, so the communication is different. But over the period of time, what I have learned is you have to be a good listener. Basically, आपको athlete क्या बोल रहा है, what athlete wants, you should be able to listen. सो वो जैसे-जैसे आप सिखाते जाते हो, वैसे-वैसे आपकी फिलॉसफीज़ भी चेंज होती जाती है।
So, talking about sports science, आपको how do you help them with managing their mental toughness or anxiety? I'm very sure that it is a mental game. Shooting is called as a mental game. So, anxiety होती है, तो ऐसे सब can you elaborate little and let us know or help us regarding how do you do that?
So shooting, as you mentioned, it's a mental sport. So more than mental sport, it's an individual sport. So you need to understand कि individual requirements क्या होता है. But उसके लिए there is a team of people who is working on it. इनिशियल लेवल कोच इज़ द फर्स्ट पॉइंट ऑफ कॉन्टैक्ट. तो सबसे पहले जब बिगिनर होता है तो देयर इज़ लॉट ऑफ एंग्जायटी कि कैसे होगा, क्या होगा. सो यू नीड टू कम्युनिकेट बेटर विद देम. यू नीड टू सिट डाउन एंड मेक देम अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट दिस मैच इज़ ऑल अबाउट. सो उसके बाद ओवर द पीरियड ऑफ इयर्स प्लेइंग द स्पोर्ट वो अपने आप बिल्डअप हो जाता है. यू बिल्ड दैट कॉन्फिडेंस इन देम. And then we have team of experts with us, like psychologists, who will help them develop mental toughness. So mind conditioning is very important at the very beginning level. So you start जो sports के जो demand है, how to handle it, how to handle these kind of anxiousness या तो फिर anxiety होती है and how to deal with the situation, वो सारी चीज़ें इस process का एक part है. So mind conditioning starts at a very early level. First from coach, and then eventually we have experts like sports psychologists joining us and supporting the team.
Yeah. So, what do you think technology plays a role in shooting? मतलब I remember you were mentioning about your project. तो उसमें आपको क्या लगता है जैसे कहाँ-कहाँ टेक्नोलॉजीज यूज़ किए जाते हैं शूटिंग में?
So shooting is as mental sport as it is, but it is more of a technical sport. So from 20 years back to now, there has been a huge change in equipment. So there are better equipments. Then there is better technology. We have equipments like SCAT, which is used to understand this individual process. एक understanding है. We use different video cameras to understand the angles of the when the athlete, when the shooter stands, and the stance. And so there are so many equipment. Also we huge support we get now from sports science perspective. So it is so biomechanically equipped right now कि हर चीज़ को कहाँ पे बैलेंस कैसे जा रहा है. So there are so many equipments now to support the sport.
विजुअलाइजेशन एंड गोल सेटिंग तो ये दोनों चीज़ें मैंने कहीं पढ़ी थी। शूटिंग से काफ़ी रिलेशन है इसका। तो कैन यू लेट मी नो व्हाट इज़ इट रिगार्डिंग?
So ये दोनों एस्पेक्ट्स अलग-अलग हैं. दे आर रिलेटेड, दे आर इंटररिलेटेड, बट विजुअलाइज़ेशन एज़ एन इंडिविजुअल इज़ आप जो लेन के अंदर करने जा रहे हो, इट्स अ 60 शॉट्स मैच. सो आपका एक शॉट आपको रिपीट करना होता है. सो इन ऑर्डर टू डू दैट फिज़िकली तो आप कर लेते हैं, बट शूटिंग एज़ यू मेंशन इट्स अ मेंटल स्पोर्ट एज़ वेल. So you need that kind of endurance to repeat it 60 times. And for that 60 times, you need to know your process absolutely perfect. तो उस प्रोसेस को बैठ के आप इमेजिन करते हो. दैट इज विजुअलाइजेशन. यू विजुअलाइज व्हाट यू हैव टू डू ड्यूरिंग योर ट्रेनिंग और योर कंपटीशन. सेकेंडली गोल सेटिंग वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. आपको कहाँ से कहाँ शुरुआत कहाँ करनी है, एंड फ्रॉम देयर वेयर यू हैव टू गो इज़ वेरी इम्पोर्टेंट. बिकॉज़ ओलंपिक का 4 साल का साइकिल होता है. You have to plan your competitions, you have to plan your goals uh, accordingly. And this is a huge it looks, goal setting is just, these are just two words, but उसका जो चार्ट होता है वो बहुत बहुत बड़ा
बड़ा होगा।
होता है. So there are lot of long term goals, short term goals, sub goals. तो काफी सारी चीजें होती है. And then individually आपको उसको अलग अलग you have to put them in different molds. And so it's a very individual sport. Yes, so it's, goal setting is very important.
एंड आई कैन ऑल्सो से दैट इट इज़ टेक्निकल, वेरी टेक्निकल स्पोर्ट। आई मीन इट हैज़ ऑल द मेथोडोलॉजीज़ एंड एवरीथिंग जैसे आप
Yes,
मेंशन कर रहे थे।
yes, shooting is a, it's a technical sport. I believe that it is a technical sport because um, अभी आप अगर देखोगे, when we started it was a full ring, so either it was a 10 or it was a 9. So
या
yeah, so it
आई
was a,
थिंक डेसिमल का इंक्लूजन हुआ है।
yes, so from 10.0 to 10.9. So the difference is so small. So technically you have to be very strong. आपका rifle, आपका pistol, it has to be good. It has to be good enough. You should have a good pellets. So it is supported by testing of them. You need to get best quality of pellets. क्योंकि कोई खराब pellet से आप shoot करोगे, you are missing on lot of points. When you miss on lot of points, you missed selection in one competition. So it has become a very technical sport now, more, I would say. And if technically you're sound, तो आप mentally भी confident होते हैं कि the performance becomes easier.
आपके लिए which are the memorable moments or any success stories like you believe that no, I have achieved a goal in this?
Completed my 10 years of coaching, I would say. So from 2014 to 2024, I have seen three Olympic cycles, almost three Olympic cycles. And उसमें से दो Olympic cycles, we were successful to have our athletes in them. So, so we are still learning. So I wouldn't say biggest achievement, but yes, there are some memories, good memories. When Elavenil was world number one, so that time it hit us that okay, it's possible to nurture someone and be part of their journey. So yes, I think that one moment was very. Then there's another when we have one of our athlete Dhanush Srikanth who won his Deaflympics
Goal,
gold,
yeah.
so double gold. So supporting that kind of talent, I think that made addition of one more memory at our academy also, and as an individual, as a coach as well. And there are many memories, I would say. These two are ones which actually let you think that it is possible.
Also to mention that Ramita was also in the finals.
Yes.
So can you share some of the takeaways, like what uh, did you learn as a coach out of it?
So luckily, I was able to witness her shooting in this Olympics, and I could see her shoot. I mean, she shot really well in her qualification. To it was the first Olympics, and she has been doing well for the past 2 years. She had an Asian bronze, and she is very well prepared for Olympics. And yes, the takeaways is always learning. I mean, you learn when you have to perform, when you choose something, and when you whether you win them or whether you don't win them. So I mean, there is always a learning. So you come back and you go back to the drawing board, and then you just work on what could have been better and what I can do again.
Yeah. So looking at your journey from training a beginner and training a elite athlete, what do you think is more challenging for you as a coach to train?
So when I started training a beginner, I myself was a beginner. I think that was a tough part because there was my transition from athlete to being a coach. So training a beginner, because I first both all three have different challenges. But training a beginner, it's like building a foundation. So what happens is if you don't build a right foundation, and if they don't learn certain things which need them to understand the sport, it becomes too late for them to unlearn them later. You have to see to it that the nurturing part has to be better, because there will be a lot of questions when you're beginning. Why this, why that, and how can I, because when you start something, you want to end it immediately. You want a performance, you want a result. So training a beginner has this kind of challenge. With elite, because I have seen the journey of one of the athletes which we have trained, so I would say training the elite is not, it's just more about communication and what they want at that point of time, adding some motivation, some new things, so that they're motivated to achieve their next step. So I would say yes, from beginner to elite, both of them have their own challenges.
So, how do you see the future of Indian sports?
All the sports, we can see there is a huge change in past 20 years. And also we have taken sport at grassroots level. So we can see the talent, actual talent coming, and we can select a talent and we can groom them for develop them for the sports. So yes, future of all the sports, you can see uh, it's great. Also, with regards to shooting, if you say, we have around 8 to 10,000 shooters who participate in nationals. So the sport is developing at a rapid level, and through medals since 2008 to now 2024, the awareness is at a very high level.
So, what do you reward yourself when your athlete wins the podium? So, of course, athletes' enjoyment and happiness तो उनका चालू रहता है. But what do you reward yourself?
Celebration, yes, at the range itself, there are congratulations happening. And once we are back home, I ask them to not call me for one entire day, have a nice peaceful sleep. And we celebrate later on, we discuss and have enjoy dinner and lunch, these small things what we miss because of their proper diets, and not enjoying their favorite meal. I think meal is something is celebratory. I think this is the most wonderful celebration what we do, eating
Wow.
together.
Okay, नेहा जी, तो थोड़ा rapid fire questions की ओर बढ़ते हैं. So, are you ready?
Come inspire.
Okay. Your biggest win as a coach.
Yet to come.
Your biggest challenge as a coach.
Transition of an athlete.
Okay. So, one piece of advice for aspiring athletes.
Dream big.
Okay. Best training drill for beginners.
Close eye training.
Okay. Biggest misconception about shooting.
That it is very boring.
Okay. Most rewarding part of shooting.
Winning.
Best athlete you have coached.
Many.
Toughest athlete you have coached.
Can't say.
Okay. So, your go to pre competition ritual.
One page plan.
Wow, interesting. Most important question is, what is the quality of an athlete, of an aspiring athlete?
Can I give three?
Sure.
Discipline. You have to be independent, honest.
So, apart from coaching, ऐसी कौन सी दूसरी चीज है जो आपको बहुत पसंद है?
So I like watching movies. I enjoy them.
Okay.
Then I enjoy cooking. I enjoy reading a lot.
So, Neha ji, how was your journey with Elavenil from Gujarat to Tokyo to Paris? And what have you seen? What kind of transition have you seen in yourself and in her?
So as I mentioned earlier, how we started from Gujarat. So and how I started from Gujarat. So Elavenil's journey is same as what is how it is mine. So both of us have grown together for past 10 years. Together we have tried to understand each other. And as I would say that but this part of journey as a coach grew stronger with her progress, how she has transformed into a, no, a normal student of a school student as a 14-year-old to an athlete who has reached the highest pinnacles in the sport, being world number one, or Tokyo participation in Tokyo Olympics and Paris Olympics. So I feel that our both our journeys go parallel together, and we both understood each other very well, and uh, and I'm very proud to be part of her journey.
And also to mention regarding Dhanush. So, of course, it's a very, very big achievement of winning a double gold, I believe, double gold at Deaflympics. So, what do you think about his achievements and your basically the transition? And I believe that it would be a challenging situation for you also to explain him or try to actually get it from him that what is he trying to tell you, or there might be few things which he is not able to convey. So what kind of a relation is that?
If you ask our relation, it is actually very funny. So both of us, we don't know how we have grown to know each other over the period of time. I mean, he's a great inspiration to many, uh, and how he has transformed himself, and he consider himself as a normal, in a normal category person. So we there was never a special conditioning done to him. It was always He was always with all athletes, and the huge I would say the communication became easier because of team of people we had, and athletes who were working with him. So that's how the transition has happened, and we can see this talent achieve uh, big big medals at major events. So the relation is funny, and I would say we just understand each other. My smile or my signs, because I don't know a sign language. So we just do something, because shooting, if you would see during the competition, all the coaches will be, showing some signs. So I think it is normal, very normal for me to do it for other athletes. So it just happened. There was no special coaching required for him.
Wow. Any biggest achievement of Dhanush in the able category?
Yes, he won Junior World Cup. He has double. He's won Asian Championship gold in the junior category, of course. So I think he has given. He has always been in top three, top eight of the able categories throughout last 3 4 years. So I think this is one of his closest achievements, and I'm sure he is thinking to prepare himself for Los Angeles.
Wow. I mean, good luck to him. And anything what you would like to conclude to the young athletes and aspiring athletes? Anything you would like to say, your message to them?
I would say they need to this young generation. They need to slow down a bit, because this is a very fast generation. You want everything quick, winning, success, what you called. So they want everything very fast. So they need to slow down, take a pause, because you lose direction when you are speeding. So they have to slow down a bit. Also, I would say they need to. This is for all the young generation, that you should be willing to give your 100% and not expect anything in return.
Well, well. Thank you so much. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much, Nehaji, for being here with
Thank
us.
you for inviting me here.
Thank you.
So we are still learning. So I wouldn't say biggest achievement, but yes, there are some memories, good memories. When Elavenil was world number one, so that time it hit us that okay, it's possible to nurture someone and be part of their journey. So yes, I think that one moment was very. Then there's another when we have one of our athlete Dhanush Srikanth, who won his Deaflympics
Gold.
gold,
Yeah.
so double gold. So supporting that kind of talent, I think that made addition of one more memory.